So hey guys, how's it going on? So today in this video we will be seeing about 8 JavaScript cool tricks that will blow your mind. So let's start without any further ado. So first of all, our first trick is removing falsy values from an array. So what does this do? Let's see. So first of all, consider this array. In this array we have strings, we have numbers, we have null values, we have booleans. Okay, so now what we are going to do is removing falsy values. So we are going to use an array property which will remove everything. It will just keep these subscribe the enthusiastic dev. The strings will be kept and everything else will be removed. So let's see how can we do that. So first of all, I am saying array1 itself. This array1 itself is changing, so I'm saying array1 dot filter, and in this filter function I am passing in boolean. Now we have changed something here, right? Now we have done something, so let's check it out by console logging it. So I'll do log simply array1, and now let's just run this. So I'm running it on node.js, so I'll just say this and it will run. So now here you see subscribe the enthusiastic dev. So we are getting it like this. So let me show that to you by console logging here also. So I'll just say log array1, and now if I run it back again, if I say node index, you should see this. So this is our initial array, then we have the changed array up here. Okay, so isn't that cool? So this was our first method, that is filter, array filter. And what does this do? It just cleans up the array with applying a particular filter on the array. So here the filter was boolean, so it was removing these booleans and all other stuff. And now our next one is converting each and every single value to boolean, or how can we convert any value to boolean. So let's see how we can do that. So first of all, I will say log string. Okay, I'm logging a string, let's say like this. I'll just say subscribe. Okay, fine. Now let me just comment these console logs so that the output doesn't like shutters away or it doesn't become ugly. So let me just console log this, and now let's test it out. If I do this, paste it, and you see we are getting subscribed, right? So now what am I going to do? How will I convert this to a boolean? So if I add double exclamatory marks here, then if you see our output, just see we are getting true this time, right? So how does this function works actually? So it is simply as same as if we are passing a value into the boolean function. So let me show you. If we are adding something like let me just do log back again. If I'm doing this log, if I say this boolean like this and pass in a value here, let's say the same thing, that is our subscribe. So if I pass in the same thing, then this will return the same value. This means this is just a shortcut of this thing, right? So now if I run this, you can take a look on it. You see both times you are getting true and true, right? So this was our second trick. And after this, what do we have? After this we have some other one, which is what? Resizing an array. So now you may already know about this. You have different methods of resizing an array, but in this video I'm going to explain you a much better, I can't say better, but a fancy way of doing this. So how can we do that? So I'm just taking that previous array we just took here, and now I'm just doing what? I just want to make this array smaller. So I'm just doing nothing but I'm just saying this array2 to change like nothing but I'm just saying this array2 becomes, or simply instead of this you can do it in a single line, right? Instead of doing this like array2 dot pop and all other functions, push pop, leaving all that, we can do it in a very simple way. And what is that way? So let's do this. So I'm just saying array2 dot length. Yeah, you heard right. We are changing the length of the array, and hence the other elements from more than the length will be removed. So let me show that to you. If I say the length to be 3, then you will see that only the subscribe 0 and the enthusiastic dev are left, and these three null, dev and false will be removed. So let me just log this off. So log array 2, fine. And now if I run this, you see subscribe 0 the enthusiastic, as I said before. But whereas if I log the same array up here, let me show it to you. Now you see, first this is our initial array, then it is changing to this one below here, right? So isn't that cool? And after that, let's see with another method. Let me just remove these console logs. And then this is something called flattening multi-dimensional arrays. So this is nothing much prettier, but it is simple. So let me explain you what it does. So here we have an array consisting of 10 elements, but you see that there are arrays within arrays. I mean that there are multi-dimensional arrays. So there is only one level in the first example, and there are multiple levels in the second example. So let's understand the first one first of all. So here we have an array in which we have 1, 2, then we have an array which consists of 3, 4, 5, then again a single element, then again an array, then 8, 9, then again an array consisting of 10. Okay, fine. So we are just going to convert this as a plain array consisting of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. So let's see how we can do that. So I'm just saying log array3 dot flat. It is simply a function. Now if I just save it and run this, you could see we are getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. So isn't that cool? Okay, now this array. So do you think that this will be done in the same way? And my answer to that will be no, it is not. We have to do something different here. But first of all, let's understand how this array is. So here we have a main array that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and in that array we have an array which is still here. In this we have 6, 7, and then we have an array inside that array which is 8, 9, and inside this 8, 9 array we have another array which is consisting of 10. Oh my god, this is so many levels. Okay, now I'm just saying, let me just comment this off. Then I'm just saying array4 dot flat. Let's see what does happens if we are just doing the same thing. Now you see we haven't get a flat array. It is just doing flattening the array for a single level, that is somewhere here, right? If I show you the array, it is just removing this first array, but it is not doing it multiple times. You can see here just an array from here has been removed, but it is not doing it forever. So let's see how we can fix this. So just by putting a single parameter, we can do it multiply. So now pause the video and guess what will be that parameter. Okay, let's see now. So it is nothing but infinite. If we add infinity here, you could see this would work perfectly fine. Now you see it is completely as same as this one up here. So what is just this infinity doing here? So it is nothing but it is just saying that continue till infinity. Stop when each and every element is flattened. I mean complete array is flattened, then only stop, else run till infinity. It will like infinite levels are there, then also it will just make it flat. No worries about that. Okay, so after this flattening multiple dimensional arrays, we have one more method called short conditionals. Now you may heard of ternary operator. If you don't have heard about this, let me just show that to you. So let me say that if I have a variable, say that Boolean, let's say boo is equal to true. Okay, is equal to true, and this is our variable, and here I'm just using the ternary operator just for an example. So I'm just saying if boo is triple equals to true, if boo is true, then console log, then just log what, true, else console log false. I'm just gonna say that. Fine, now this is it. Now let me remove one from here. Okay, fine. Now let's just run this. Let me just clean this. Okay, here you see we are getting true because our boo is actually true. If I make it false, If I make it false, you just see what happens. It returns as false, right? Now what is happening here? We are using an if condition and an else condition. What does this say? If bool is equal to true, then console log true, else console log false. That is it. Now what if I only want to use an if condition, just like this? Let me show that to you. Just an if condition. So I'll just say if boo is triple equals to true, then and only then log true. If it is false, don't do anything. So this time it is false. Let me see what it gives the output. So you see no output comes up, but as I make this true, see what happens. It returns as true. Isn't that cool? Now the same thing we want to do with ternary operator also. How can we do that? So it is easy, something similar to that. So I'm just doing nothing. I'm just copying the same thing, pasting it down, and here I don't want an else condition. Now just see, it will show an error if doing like this. Let me save it and show what happens. Not like this. Okay, 1 minute. Let me just remove this. I just want to say log. Okay, some errors. Okay, I can't do that, so I just want to remove this. Let me simply remove that because I'm not able to like backspace it with the hole. So now if I run node index, you see it shows an error. We can't do it this way. We can't do it this way. There should be some other way of only rendering an if condition. So let's see that. How can we do that? So instead of this question mark, you can put and then it will work as we want. Now if I run node index, you should see true, right? We are seeing that up here. Now let me clean this once. And now if I just do something like here, if I make this false, you should get no output as before. Now if I just do node index, you see no output is there for us. Okay, so isn't this cool, right? Okay, now let's see another one. So let me just comment out this one as well as this boo variable, or let it be. It is fine. Then we have something called replacing string occurrences. So now what are we going to do in here is we are just going to change wherever there is channel. I'm going to change it to the enthusiastic dev. Isn't that cool? So let's try it out. So I'm just doing here, I'm just modifying the string 1. String 1 equals string 1 dot replace, and here we are using regular expressions. So I'm just saying wherever there is channel, replace it globally. I will tell you about it in a few seconds. Globally to the enthusiastic dev. Now let me log it twice so that you could see the difference. And I will copy the same thing here and paste it. Okay, let me just write the same thing, string 1. Now if I run this thing, let me clean this up, and if I run this, you see here we have must subscribe channel uploads awesome content on YouTube, and here we have must subscribe the enthusiastic dev uploads awesome content on YouTube. Isn't that cool? Now let's see what does this G means here. G means globally. What happens if I remove this G and again let's run it? You see only this time the enthusiastic dev comes up only once. In the second time it doesn't changes. So that is why we need to put G here. So G means globally, and if we remove G, it will only work once. But if we keep G, it will work like as many times there is channel, replace all of them to the enthusiastic dev. Okay, now this is how it is gonna work. Now let me comment this. This is our sixth method, or you can say sixth trick, that is replacing string occurrence. And after this we have something called checking performance of a task. Now in JavaScript, ever you have tried to get the total time taken to perform a particular function? No, right? So I'm gonna show you that how you can get the time took to run that particular function. This time I'm gonna run a loop and we will see that how much time that particular loop will take. So let's see about that, how we can do this. So first of all, as I'm using Node.js to run my files, I need to require this. If you're using plain JavaScript in your browser, then no worries about that. Okay, you don't need to do anything like this. You can just directly write the code I'm gonna do right now. Okay, so here we are saying that first of all we will be creating a for loop for which we are going to get the time consumed. So I'll just say let I be equal to 0, start from 0 and go till, let's say, 5000. Go till 5000, and then I'm just saying simply I++. And in here I want a variable, let's say let num equals 0, and in here I'm just saying num++. So it is just simply incrementing. Now after this I just want to calculate the time consumed here. How can we do that? Okay, so let me show you. I'm going to create something called time 0, let's say performance, the thing we have imported here, but in plain JS you don't need that. So I'm just saying performance. But if you are getting any problem while using this performance something, just let me know in the comments. I will find a solution for it and post it as a reply to your comment. Okay, so don't worry if you are getting any errors, just post them in the comment section and I will reach out to you. And then let's just say time 0 is equal to performance dot now. Now this is a function which takes this timestamp. Okay, and after this function we need to take the another timestamp. So let me just copy this. No, copying will just remove that node index and I just need to type that again and again, so I'm just not doing that. So I'm just simply saying time 1 equals to performance dot now. Now this is it. Now these two things, with the subtraction between these two things, we can find out the time. So we just need to use our log, and I'm using backticks here. Then I'm saying time equal to, and here I will say simply time 1 minus time 0. Now let's see how this works. Let me just do Ctrl J, clean this up and run this file. Now you see we are getting the required time. Now note that this time can change according to the devices. Your machine may take like something more time than this one if yours is slower, but if it's faster than my machine, then it's gonna take some less time. Okay, this returns in milliseconds. You can either convert it to seconds or anything you want. It's just fine. Using some formulas you can do that, convert it to seconds and all of this way. So now I'm just commenting out this way. You can just find any function. For any function you can find the time taking. So just put your function in here and you will get the time it took for the respective function. And after this I am just going with the last one, which is nothing but logging values with variable names. So right now I am going to print values with its variable name. So what we are going to do actually is we are printing this enthusiastic dev along with this channel name. So how can I do that? So let's just simply console log first of all the channel name. So now if I run this, we are gonna get simply the enthusiastic dev. So no need to run it because as you know. So now I'm simply saying log channel name. What, you are again typing channel name? No. So this time I'm gonna put this channel name in curly braces and paste it. And now if I save it and run this file, okay, some error. Okay, I just pasted channel name. I just need to say node index. So you see here the enthusiastic dev, channel name the enthusiastic dev. So this time we are getting it as an object with channel name as its property and the enthusiastic dev as a property value. Isn't that cool? We are getting it along with its variable name. Oh my god. So that is it for this video, guys. Let me know which trick or which one was your favorite, which you like the most. Mine is this one, this performance one, because in JavaScript we can't do that simply. We have to do something like this to get the time. So I like this whenever I want to see that is my function taking more time or less time while solving DSA and all other things. So I like this. What you like, just let me know in the comment section. So that is it for this video, guys. I will meet you again with another cool episode just like this one. Until then, bye guys.